slides at the end. So Dennis and Angela, are you all ready?
All ready to go. So a couple of things before we hop into this. First, I want to welcome Dan Ray from Shelf Space to the call. He's here. Dan is the person who we've worked very closely with on developing this tool, and really has gone above and beyond and given us all kinds of great information to use in managing our team. So thanks for being here, Dan. And like I said, he's here to answer any questions that might come up as we go. And then the second thing I want to mention is that Angela's father is ill, and so she's not able to be on the call. So I'm going to do my best to represent her and the direct sales team here and let you know what's going on. So if you could go, the first slide is just a filler slide. You can go to slide 3, Sarah. So we started as a direct sales team officially almost exactly 6 months ago. May 1st was our shift away from presence officially. And so it's great to be able to come here and give some updates as we hit that half-year mark. And this is the first time, just in these last couple of weeks, we've been able to track placements, we've been able to track points of distribution, and we've now gotten to the level with Shelf Space where we're getting dollar sales and showing year-over-year dollar growth, which is really exciting. So this is some of the new dashboards we have with Shelf Space. You can see, on the left, Angela has in there that showing how many stores we're calling on. 80% of stores reporting, by the way. There's some stores, some of the smaller independent stores, we're still getting pulled into this, but all of our major stores are reporting in here. So we're still working to flesh out, always trying to get to 100% of stores reporting, but getting close now. And so you can see for the East Coast, so this is this direct sales team where we took over for presence. We have a store count of 532 total stores. Our average points of distribution within these stores, and this is 52-week data, by the way, is we have average 35.9 points of distribution within each individual natural food store out there. And then an average of $536 per store, per item. And then for a total of 10.2 million. Now we can see here, before I get into numbers, I'll just flesh out the rest of this slide. So those are our major measurements here that can show our numbers along with percentage growth or decline. And then in the bottom here, we have the gray and blue graphs here representation of current year versus last year. And so we can use a visual representation to see how our sales are trending. And then on the right with the map pointing out our greatest areas of growth and decline, just as a visual by color. So a nice dashboard to kind of get an idea of where you're going. And so looking at the specific sales numbers, of course, I look at the far right number, and the concerning piece is this -8% growth number for total year on the East Coast. And if you go to the next slide, Sarah, the next slide actually shows Organic Valley 52-week for the rest of the country. And so these are all the stores not on the East Coast, everything other than what this direct sales team is calling on. And we look at these 52 weeks and we see a lot of blue here, and I won't go through each number, but really on the far right, seeing that plus 2.7% number. I have to admit, when I first saw this, I thought, oh boy, I'm not sure I want to go on this retail call and show some of this. But then, sorry, I'm taking a look at Nate's question here. Yes, Nate, those stores are, this is all through UNFI and KeHE. I should have clarified that. We do sell through some other distributors, but at the store sales information we get are from UNFI and KeHE. So we're working to bring in the future Albert's information and any other distributors that the team utilizes, but right now it's UNFI KeHE data. So
Then I think maybe Nate could clarify, but I read it as that number is only, he was asking if that's the stores we call on specifically, or are there others?
oh no, I saw it. Yeah, those are the stores we specifically call on. Yeah, these are the stores that are in our territories that we're specifically calling on. There are more stores on the East Coast that aren't part of our territories, whether it's other chain accounts. Obviously Whole Foods is there, but then if there's some natural food stores that we're not calling on, generally the very small stores that don't report in.
Okay, thanks for the clarification.
Yep. So, as I said, we're looking at our 52-week data. We can see the rest of the country's trending positive. If you go to the next slide, Sarah, now we look at a 26-week view. And so this is, as I said, this lines up exactly with when the direct sales team took over responsibility from Presence. And for East Coast over the last 26 weeks, you can see we're at 9.2% growth. And so it was really an amazing thing to see, minus 8% for a 52-week number, and in these last 26 weeks have completely turned that around and gone nudging up towards double-digit growth. And so really something amazing that this team has done is, Angela and this team started May 1st. They, as we were describing it, we were building the plane as we were flying it, and really our goal was in the first 6 months to be able to fully service our stores and see no drop off from what was happening with Presence, and just make sure that we could handle the territory. And now we're seeing numbers come back that, this team were over this last 6 months, even though they spent the first 3 months in training, have managed to provide a pretty drastic turnaround in this region. So really, I wish Angela was here so I could thank her personally, but it's just been truly amazing to see what Angela and all of the direct sales reps have done. Not just getting through training and getting our systems up to speed and getting these wonderful tools that Dan and Shelf Space have provided to us, but as they're going through all this, they're kicking some ass selling product too, which has really been great to see. So one more slide, Sarah. So we have this positive 9.2. Now we look at that 26 week for the rest of the country, and they're actually kind of starting to go in a little bit of the opposite direction. So far, first 6 months, the numbers certainly seem to be fleshing out that this, as an organization, we made the right call to go to direct sales. It's the proper focus, and we're having a great impact. And I just want to personally thank, as I said, Angela, I wish she was here, but also each of the direct sales reps. You folks are just doing a wonderful job out there, and thank you for everything you're doing. So thanks so much. And I do want to quickly show, if you can go a couple slides, 2 slides, yeah, one more. The other thing that Dan and Shelf Space have been able to provide to us along in these dashboards is we're utilizing this tool to track WP&R focus items and each of our goals against those items. So we're able to, in real time, check out these dashboards and see how we're trending against our focus items. And I won't go through each and every one of these, but Sarah, if we could just kind of scroll through slowly, you see Stringles was plus 20% growth. Shreds are up 2.6% versus last year. Half-gallon white milk, which has been in this market forever, after price optimization and the work of this team, we're up 21%. And then lastly, I think lactose-free up almost 10%. Like I said, I don't want to take a lot of time on these, but just to show this team has really latched onto these focus items and is pushing in the right direction for the co-op. And then the last thing we'll show is capabilities here, some ranking reports. This is kind of what we can use to come up with our goals. This is what we use to figure out what our top priorities are in the market. This is by product, so you can see we can rank out all of our sales by product, cases shipped plus total dollars shipped, And then the next ranking report is by category, once again, figuring out where we need to focus. I'm just trying to get through here. I see we don't have a lot of time. So by category, the next slide is by store, so we can also focus in on what are our top selling stores, where do we need to spend our time and focus. And then lastly, we can also check out how we rank by territory, because we're all salespeople and they're all competitive. So those are all of my slides. I wanted to rip through those quick in case there are any questions. And so just once again, reiterating, I couldn't be prouder of this team. It's amazing to see what you've all done, and thank you so much.
Yeah, Dennis, I would just echo what you said. This is phenomenal work from the entire team. You know, with your leadership, Angela's leadership, and the DSR team, truly kicking ass. So thank you for that, and see it in the results. Southeast is probably because Beth is doing those BOGOs at Publix, why the Stringles isn't growing in the Southeast.
We had a few of our major independent stores in the Southeast close. We had
That's right.
a couple stores closed that really impacted. So yeah.
All right. Thanks, Dennis.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, great work. Thanks, Dennis.
And thank you, Dan. You're off the hook.
Yeah, awesome. No, appreciate you letting me join. Definitely reach out if you have any questions.
Thanks, Dan, for all your support.
Yeah, you're welcome. Bye.
Okay, Dan's up next.
All right, so unfortunately, Kenley is